Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Hey everybody, it's Will.
And this is Thomas.
And we're back at the Virtual Spinner Rack yet again, part 4 of our 4-part Daredevil Born Again series. Before Disney ruins it all.
Oh my God, dude, this is the political issues too.
Yeah.
I was reading them, I'm like, oh, this is terrible.
Hey Alan, how are you?
This sounds like stuff I know.
And Shadowhawk, who came hanging out in the chat before we were even live. So I have to apologize because I got all hyped up to get ready to talk about our crowdfunding book last week. And then when we went off the air, I'm like, crap. And you were like, what? I go, all that talk about that Conan indie book. And we never went through it. But now it's like tripled in numbers.
Oh, are you serious?
On the Fund My Comic platform. It's over 6K.
Oh, so it is funded.
Oh, yeah, it's getting done. Yeah.
Damn.
So before we forget and jump into our, as part of our pre-show, we'll show the book first. That way I don't forget this week. Because I told them, they were all watching. I got like a message. I go, I thought you were going to have the Conan book there. We're doing it first this week.
Damn, it sucks getting old.
Oh, doesn't
Oh,
it?
yeah,
Though?
this is it's Conan or King Cole. Which one is it?
This was the book that was from my understanding, that was originally a Cull book, and they wouldn't publish it as a Cull book, so he changed it into Conan.
And he did that a bunch.
Yeah. Well, once something works, rinse and repeat.
Hey, look, don't make me start talking about Conan again.
Stop talking about it. I joined 3 Conan groups like today.
Did you?
Yeah. So it's the Shadow Kingdom. This is the graphic novel by Robert E. Howard, of course, adapted by artist Russ Leach and writer Randy Zimmerman, who has been in the indie comic sphere for 30 plus years.
Good Lord.
I don't want to talk about how old Randy actually is, but
as old as we are.
He went to high school with King Tut.
He went to high school with King Tut.
Yeah.
He knows Thothamon personally.
So it's just a really quick talk trailer, and then we'll check it out. There's only 14 days left. So this is like a 2-month campaign, 144 backers, almost $7,000 raised in 28 days, $6,712 for an independent comic book, which is pretty good when, unless of course your name is Graham Nolan or Ethan Van Sciver, then it's like over hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions or whatever. But Ethan keeps his campaigns up for like 2 years. Just saying.
In the time before Atlantis sank and the lands of the world were savage and untamed, one man would claim his destiny. Leaving his Atlantean tribe behind and throwing off the shackles of Lemurian bondage, he sailed the seas as a pirate captain before seizing his place as a king. And now that he has the throne, how long will he be able to keep it? This is the Shadow Kingdom, the classic sword and sorcery tale by Robert E. Howard, adapted by Randy Zimmerman, with artwork by Russ Leach. Available now at fundmycomic.com.
Yes.
The art looks pretty good. I wish they'd show more. They showed a little bit more of it.
We're gonna see like a lot more of it.
Okay.
I've got a couple of issues of Russ's own IP book.
Yeah.
That is phenomenal. He's a wonderful artist. He does mostly indie stuff now, but he also takes jobs from freelance jobs from some larger companies with initials that we probably know, most definitely know. So Eric, the Shadow Kingdom, over 110 pages, single issue, $25.
The whole thing. It's just one giant graphic novel.
Yep. 69 pages of beautifully illustrated strip. The original prose by Robert E. Howard. So the original wordy book is actually in here.
Oh, okay.
Plus the adaptation. So you can read the adaptation, then you can read the actual book. There's a foreword by Razor Fist. Additional art for the limited series edition. It is perfect bound, classic Bronze Age retro colors. Originally, traditionally inked page art available. So you can get original art too. The first 50 backers, which we would not be one of, are going to receive a signed and numbered color print of the cover, which you can buy separately for an extra $15, like on heavy stock. But
yeah,
there's some sample art here. For $40, you can get two beautiful black and white prints. One is the black and white line art of the cover. The other one is a pre-production cover art that they didn't use. But I mean, this has got Bronze Age palette written all over it, as you can see.
Oh yeah, yeah. It even reminds me of the old Dungeons and Dragons books.
Oh yeah, and like I say with every comic, buy more than one. They make wonderful gifts.
Yes,
I'm usually the recipient of those gifts, but so there's a tier where you can get a 2-book offer, and you save $5, and there's a code that I will find out, or you can just ask directly on the page. This tier comes together, but a lot of times you might want to buy more than one thing, and it's not listed in the tier. You have to go out and keep buying it, but you contact the seller, they'll give you a code, so it'll strip a whole bunch of money off the price and combine shipping for the entire thing.
Oh, sweet.
But right here, $45 plus shipping, 2 graphic novels. $100, you get the book and an original sketch of a black and white character from the book. The original art from Russ Leach, $100.
That's not bad, because the original art's always expensive.
Yeah.
Even for I will say lesser known artists. I've gotten some, and it's always expensive.
Yeah. You can get the book and an original page of art from the book for $200, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. That does look good there.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it's broken up, but you can tell it's not a traditional panel layout.
Yeah. The thing that struck me about this page when I first looked at it, I go, man, this reminds me of like early Grell, like Warlord stuff too.
Yeah.
I know it's Conan, but it's just the feel and the look, the color palette and everything. $300, they have an original splash page art, which is this piece right here that we're looking at in color too, and a copy of the book. Sorry, this is sold out. It was the original cover art for the book. somebody snagged that right away. $350. You can get Shadow Kingdom exclusive production art, exclusive art collection by Russ Leach and Glenn Fleming. Glenn is Russ and Glenn are both UK comic creators.
Yeah.
Glenn has a few IPs of his own. He writes a monthly comic magazine that you can purchase from Amazon called Comics Unlimited, with interviews and all kinds of stories and features. Glenn was a personal friend of the King, Jack Kirby, and he's actually got a book and DVD out of his visits, of him just visiting with Jack and his wife, and just hanging out and talking. Not talking about comics in general, but there's footage of him with Jack talking to him in his home studio.
Oh, sweet. That would be cool.
That'd be really cool to watch too. Something I still want to get my hands on. Original art, pen, everything was done traditional pen and ink.
Yeah, no computer work, huh?
I think the colors might have been
colored on a computer.
Might have been colored on a computer, but all the line art and inks were all original.
Yeah, I was going to say that with them being in the UK, that explains how they're getting by with the Conan book, because he's still under copyright trademark here in America. But now that Titan has it, they moved it over. Because remember, Ablaze was doing the Sumerian, which was a Conan book for all intents and purposes, even though it said Conan inside.
Yeah. And I'm probably going to see about grabbing a bunch of the new Conans from Jim Zub. Because
why haven't you already?
Because I'm stuck in a manual wheelchair, because this one I'm sitting in doesn't work, and it's probably going to take him 6 months to fix it. I can't go to my original LCS because it's not handicap friendly.
Yeah.
One, because they moved into a much smaller space, and they've got every inch of the space jammed with product.
The Zub Conan stuff is good. The new stuff.
I first started reading his stuff when I was still writing for what's his face there.
Yeah.
And I was covering his indie series Glitter Bomb, which was so good.
I don't think I read that one.
But I mean, this looks really good. There's only 15 days left, and whether you get one copy or two copies, it's 110 pages with the original novel included, plus the comic adaptation. Perfect bound for $25. So, I mean,
and it looks fun.
Can't go wrong. Hey, Fanta, how are you, huh? Thank you very much. Not everyone is high, but good stuff has the good stuff.
Dang it.
So I got a package in this week from this guy. How do I point? There we go. Everything's reversed. I'm confused. Objects and mirror.
Good. So I didn't get anything this week. I'm like flat busted.
Yeah. So Thomas sent me a bunch of books. He sent me it. I don't have to show it on camera because it's next to my recliner and over there somewhere. And It's the 4-issue Cloak and Dagger series, which I just started reading the other night, and it's awesome.
Can you just put it over there?
Yeah. But got me my second issue of Fire and Ice, a copy of Green Lantern #1. I guess it's like the Dawn of DC arc there. Apparently
that's
that's
a variant cover.
Yeah. Apparently this is the CW Green Arrow on the cover, it looks like.
CW Green Arrow.
A cop. I used to collect this series too. I thought it was like really good. Strange Tales featuring Cloak and Dagger and Doctor Strange, issue 5. What were these? 75 cents.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
And now an issue was $7.95.
The big ones are anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, like the new #1s, because we have to pad it with stuff you don't need. Doctor Strange 68
versus the Black Knight.
Yep. Number 75.
I love the art in those.
And on the back is an ad for Secret Wars 2 issue 8 with the Beyonder. Doctor Strange number 78, where the Doc gets a brand new cloak.
Yep.
And the Takeover.
Yep.
They could redo this issue. It would just be modern Marvel because everything switched over.
Damn it.
Oh, this is issue 81. The Sorcerer Supreme. Looks almost like the Skull God from the Moon Knight TV series.
Khonshu?
Khonshu, yeah.
Yeah.
Issue 1 of Untold Order from Vault. ROM 72. Just so happens it's one of the ROM issues that I do not have. Vampirella, The Dracula War, with multiple covers included from Harris Comics.
I appreciate those covers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we do. It's a prestige issue. And then on the back is Vampirella #1, all new first full color issue. Dave Stevens cover.
He was so good.
When he did this, his former wife Brink was probably the model that he used to draw that. It's very Brinkish. And then with the pièce de la résistance, Thomas was kind enough to find me the 4 Big Lot Mego World's Greatest Superheroes exclusives. Superman. This is the Fleischer animated Superman. The symbol is it, at least. And I guess it kind of is, because his shorts are almost literal shorts on this, not just the super underwear. Of course, my favorite villain ever, the Joker. The only difference between this Joker and the regular Joker is the regular series Joker has white gloves, and the 66 version of Cesar Romero had the purple gloves. So they put purple gloves on this Joker. So a week after they originally hit some stores, people were selling this guy on eBay. Super rare purple glove Joker, $5,000. And all the Mego pages on social media just looked at it and laughed. you could buy like 12 of the original 1972 ones for that and still have plenty of money left over. Batman 66, removable mask Robin. But he has green molded hands, and these the upper part of his glove are like plastic sheaths. So they're not like the oven mitt gloves. Unfortunately, they did not do that with the removable cowl Batman, where he has the famous oven mitt gloves.
Oven mitt gloves.
The only ones that had like the kind of like the brace, like the hand was in color, and it had like the braces that went over the forearm to simulate the gloves, were the 12-inch magnetic Batman and Robins that Mego did, and those things, one loose that of just Batman that is beat to hell will run you like around $500.
Good God. I know we talked about this one time before. Didn't Marvel recently give Mego give them the rights to go ahead and redo the Marvel stuff?
There will be a release sometime this year. They still can't say anything yet.
Oh, really?
It's embargo till a certain
day.
Predetermined date. But yeah, they finally caved basically from all the fan pressure. Yes, I know, right? Good to see you, Shifter. Thanks for stopping in.
I know when they do drop them, the Marvel ones, I definitely want a Hulk. I mean, of all the ones, I want a Hulk.
We all want Hulks. So, as I refer to Frank Wojo as my crack dealer, he's a Mego action figure dealer, and he works with Marty. He works directly with like Marty Abrams and Dr. Mego, who creates a bunch of the stuff and does repairs on the classic line. I almost pulled the trigger on an old Mego playset of Moonbase Alpha, but they had like
from frickin' 1999.
Space 1999.
Oh my God, I love that show.
Moonbase Alpha. They were missing like probably like a third of the pieces for it, and I'm like,
I even went through and started watching second season.
Well, you have to watch the second season. That's when Maya comes on.
Yeah.
Changeling and hot. Especially when you're like 6 years old, you're like, she's so cool.
Even though her hair comes down to like her sideburns or whatever it is, comes down to like here.
Well, she's an alien.
She's an alien. But yeah, dude, I want a freaking Eagle 1 or Eagle 7. Eagle 1 or Eagle 7. I can't remember which one it is now.
I think it's Eagle 1. They're so expensive. They had one.
They're stupid expensive.
The LCS that a few of my friends go to in Rhode Island. It's kind of like they have like two locations. They've got one that's they have one that's like their main store in Cranston, Rhode Island. And the businesses next to them went out of business. So they bought that as like their warehouse. So like twice a year, they have like a dollar book sale.
Oh, sweet.
So from all the collections they buy, they cherry pick them, and everything else just goes organized in boxes like next door. And they have like a huge sale. Let's see. Nothing a third printer can make. I have seen replacement hands on Thingiverse. Oh, cool. I do have a bunch of original Mego stuff. My friend John, when him and his parents are moving out of the house that they grew up in, he had to get rid of a bunch of stuff. And he knew my love for all things, superheroes and Mego and all that stuff. And so he gave me his original Batmobile. his original, well-loved, shall we say, figures. One is one's a Batman, not a Batman. One's a Superman. Another one is one of the original Green Arrows. Missing a bunch of pieces, but I think still has the hat, quiver, no arrows, but the bow. His bat cycle, but like most of the bat cycles, they all broke at that connecting rod between the sidecar and the other one. Let's see. Somebody used to send Cecil. It says custom Migos. Yeah, I know there's a bunch of collectors and fans out there that buy like lots and lots of figures and then just turn around and they customize them.
Yeah, they make all different ones. I've seen some cool custom ones. I've seen some cool custom figures to begin with, just period.
Somebody made an entire custom run of the Legion of Superheroes. And I was like,
as long as it's the cool Brainiac with the lines on his head.
Yeah, Brainiac 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Spelling and arthritis, sorry.
Not arthritis.
Arthritis? I got arthritis. I got it in my knees and now in my fingers, but that doesn't really matter. My spelling is shit, even if I had fingers of my 12-year-old self.
Damn it. Yeah, I really like some of the Migos. Did you see I sent you the link today for the Super 7.
Yeah, I saw that.
The Thulsa Doom figure. It looked so awesome.
And then after I got that message from you, I scrolled Facebook and it had the like the 1970s, the only thing on our figures that move are the two hip joints and the two shoulder joints. They had the Wilt Chamberlain character from the second Conan movie.
Oh, sweet. Umbaki.
I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't tell because it was only like this tall, and I'm like, it doesn't measure up. I looked, and I go, oh yeah. I see, because he's got like the big shield strapped to his chest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, at least they didn't make the Grace Jones.
The Grace Jones. Dang it.
But so not like earlier this year, they've got a couple of Mego meets where it's nothing but Migos as far as the eye can see, and people trading and swapping and buying and selling. Frank scored himself not only an original Hulk Mego, an original thermos and lunchbox of Hulk, but also got himself for his personal collection a Hulk Rage in the Cage.
Oh, sweet. One for the movie or for the TV show?
Mm-hmm. That thing is so ridiculously expensive to try to buy one.
I've got a Hulk lunchbox somewhere, but I do not have the thermos.
I got it for like 50 cents from like a yard sale, and I sold it to somebody, or I traded it with somebody, and I basically got like $10 for the thermos for a 50-cent find. It was the Batman the Animated Series thermos from like the plastic thermos lunchbox line.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the 90s line.
Yeah.
We were in my children. I think it was Cracker Barrel. We went to Cracker Barrel and we were going through, and they had the retro lunchboxes there you could buy,
Nice.
which is cool. I mean, and I've thought about getting some. She's like, get one. You take your lunch to work or whatever, Dad. And it's got the thermos and everything, and it's like $25, $29, and you get essentially it's the old the old damn lunchbox and everything just remade, only brand new.
Are they usually when they do those, they're like really smaller?
They may be a little smaller. I can't remember. I'd have to put one up against it.
I've got a couple like that. I think I've got like somewhere. I've got like a Vampirella, and I've got a Dawn one from Linsner.
They made a Dawn lunchbox.
They made Dawn everything. Friggin' Gary Newman made a Dawn CD.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. It's like it's all basically instrumental stuff. But I have probably read hundreds, if not thousands, of books to that CD.
Damn it.
But either way, so there's some cool stuff coming down the pipeline. I saw some figures that were being hoed out from Hasbro. They've got a Shield 3-pack. It's Coulson, Maria Hill, and Nick Fury with 2 heads.
So you
can have the real Nick Fury, or you can have the Sam Jackson MCU Nick Fury.
Whichever one you want.
Whichever one you want. The only thing that confused me, I go, well, won't they know like around the shirt collar? Or do they go, they must have given him a turtleneck or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, classic. And they got like a bunch of Star Wars stuff that they're pushing out.
The one I saw that I thought was really good from the new Legends line coming up is they did it's a 2-pack. The Wolverine or the Patch and Incredible Hulk. Gray Hulk in the suits from Wolverine like 7 and 8.
Yeah. The problem with those, they're like 80th anniversary like editions. It's not 80th anniversary of the figures. It's just 80th anniversary of the characters.
Yeah.
So like each one of those is like each box of those is like $80 to $100.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, it's definitely like,
that much, but they're expensive.
It's definitely over. It's definitely like over $100 with shipping. Let's see.
But yeah, I saw those and they look really cool. I still haven't got. I've got one of those issues. I don't think I have the first one, but I've got the second one where they're in the bar room and they're all fighting.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have the first one.
Oh, this is. Let me share this because this is.
Where'd you find it?
I found the other one, the Star Wars one, and it is a very famous Star Wars novel and Dark Horse comic adaptation.
I know Clone Wars.
Nope. The Last Command. Star Wars Last Command. So you had the wizard. Remember his like hands on the covers, like going up with the lightning coming out of them?
Yeah.
So you had the wizard right there, who is like one of the Sith. And then they've got his Sith apprentice, who is a clone of young Jedi Skywalker. But there's Mara Jade. A Mara Jade figure, who was also referred to in the original trilogy as the Emperor's right hand in the novels.
Oh, really?
But they said, nope, we're not going to make that canon. We're going to do something completely destroying everything. And they did. But it was a bunch of cool stuff. There's like an indie comic book publisher, and they're basically doing spoofs on the X-Men and renaming them and they're releasing products for this, which are hoodies based on the uniforms. So like the blue and yellow X-Men uniform, but they're called something else. Wolverine's brown outfit.
Probably the hoodie, best outfit, I think.
The hoodie for it, except he's called the Badger. I think Mike Darren might have an issue with that though. And there's like a few other ones in there that look like funny, but
dang it. Yeah, there are some pretty cool toys coming out, Lola.
Yeah,
just got to pick them up. Dude, I read this like an hour ago. It's such a freaking good book.
God, Country, and Psychopath. Let's go.
Daredevil 232. We got our little hands in this one. Oh, get it to work. So, reading this again, Nuke is a damn failed super soldier.
Yeah.
Like, big time. He's like, God, do you remember the Super Patriot?
Yep.
From fighting Nick Fury? Yeah. It's the same thing. It's another version.
Also, another version of this character could be seen on season 2 of The Boys.
Yeah. God, I can't remember who it was, but yeah, I know I've seen some of it. It's been a while. I do like the fact, so he shows up, and here's our man Nuke, and he's operating overseas, and so I guess they give him 3 different pills. He's got red, whites, and blues. Mm-hmm. Whites and blues calm him down and do something else, and reds pretty much set him off. So he's like, give me a red, and he resets his freaking gun, which he has named Betsy, because, it's his rifle. This is his rifle. This is my gun. And the guy tells him, he says, yeah, they're holding our boys down there. You got to save them. And he goes crazy and just jumps out of the damn helicopter and napalms everything and starts killing people. All in South America. And of course, after he's killed all these people who he thinks he's saving our boys, which they're not there. He's just killing random people. He gets a white to calm back down and gets new orders. He says the general's gotten new friends. We're going to America. And now we see Wilson Fisk talking to the general that he says from last issue could be interesting, and maybe I'll have to pursue that lead some more. Nuke's on his way. He says, I have delivered the goods, Mr. Fisk, and well, I'm waiting for the goods you promised me. And he's like, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. God. So while Nuke is on his way to New York to Hell's Kitchen to do the bidding of the Kingpin, Matt Murdock is stuck in a damn rundown apartment with Karen Page as she's coming off of heroin, and she's going through the bad part of being a drug addict, the real bad part, huh?
There's been times in my life when I've gone through withdrawals like that.
Yeah.
When I had no money to buy comic books.
Is that what it is? Yeah, I mean, dude, she's freaking biting on towels and whatever to keep from throwing up, and biting her tongue off and everything else, and wrong way. And it even she talks about how she can't sleep, and yet she knows that Matt Murdock has heightened senses, so he's able to rub her back and essentially touch the right nerves to put her to sleep. And then the thing that goes so crazy here is, and I forgot this, she tells him everything that she did. Everything. And he's lost everything. He says, nothing, he said. He says, I've lost nothing. And he laughs at her, and she just doesn't understand. And then he holds her, and she's like, he's such a man, you know. And then, you know, she just thinks about the time they were going to get married and all this. And she threw it away for fame and fortune, and the movies just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And pretty soon, there she is, the porn star.
And there was a big write-up about this page in the back of the hardcover trade that I have.
This page?
This page. They wanted it had to do with editorial. The editor wanted a bunch of the stuff that was put in here taken out, and Shooter wouldn't budge on it. He's like, no, this is how I want this. It has to be like this.
What did he want taken out? Does it say?
I just happen to have it handy. Now I got to take my eyes off so I can look at it. It's in the back.
Because that doesn't make any sense to me. This is so. I mean, this is such a important part of this story. The fact that
I know. I think
got the drugs and, you know, coming down and discovers that Matt is so forgiving.
I think it's something. Yeah, here it is. Daredevil 232, page 6. Oh, it was art corrected. Was art corrected in the original comic to soften Karen Page's features at the request of then editor-in-chief Jim Shooter. See, I was wrong. And also was placed incorrectly so that the artwork did not run full bleed. This page, as it originally ran, is presented here for the sake of completeness. There, you get the orange skies here. It was like the blue skies. They didn't let it run full in the printing process. So I was right about the page. I was wrong about everything else.
Damn it!
The first time, it won't be the last time. I stand corrected.
So it wasn't so much an editorial; it was a change for to make the printing easier and easier to read.
Yeah, and easier on the eyes. So
okay, all right, I can deal with that. So there's Karen and Matt are dealing with that, while Foggy gets a call from Ben Urich, who wants to come talk to him because, hey, we know that you and Matt Murdock were friends all through college, and he was your former business partner. Have you heard from him lately? And Foggy's like, no, I haven't. I haven't heard from him lately, but if I speak to him, you know, I'll talk to him. And then, you know, Urich even goes, he sees, as Foggy opens his briefcase, pictures from Gloria there. He says, oh, this is Matt Murdock's girlfriend. Are you going to be seeing her? And then Foggy gets nervous. He's like, yeah, I'll be seeing her tonight. Oh, okay. Will you give her a message? Urich wants to interview her too. The other thing that's cool about here we notice is that Urich actually mentions that he has enough people in tow now that you'd think he was a dignitary. He actually has 2 police officers protecting him at this point.
wow.
Yeah, and Urich is just going on because the article and the stuff he's writing about the Kingpin is actually sticky. And he sees the pictures by Gloria, actually kind of offers her a job. Come by and see James, Jay Jonah. He may put her to work. Have her call him. And Foggy tells him, he says, the last time I really talked to him was after his house blew up, and he sounded confused. But he's been confused for a while. The thing that's funny here, too, is Urich, in talking with Foggy, says, hey, he thinks to himself, I know that Matt Murdock's Daredevil. Do you know? And at this point, Foggy does know.
Yeah.
but he won't, he's not going to tell anybody. He doesn't know anybody else knows. And then now we get to see our good old lady Gloria there, who is just snapping pictures. This is her hobby, we find out. But she is good enough to actually make a living at it. And she's fixing to start. Here comes Newt coming into town, and it's funny here. I thought this is funny. He wants a beer. They don't have his beer, so they get him another one. And he's about to go off on the stewardess, and the damn handler tells him, "Don't worry, this is an American beer." He says, "All right, it's American, boy. It was brewed in Milwaukee." So he lets the stewardess go. It's a good thing she didn't give you a German beer or something. He would have went off the deep end.
Yeah, have this American brewed Knickerbocker.
Damn it. Dude, some of this, and like I said, this is the whole reading these books as an adult and as a kid. The Kingpin is so slimy in here. He's going on, and he says, now we discover that Lois, the nurse who killed our police officer, Manoli, in the last issue, choked him to death. Now she's in jail, and she's decided she's spilling her guts. She's going to talk to everybody for, immunity and light sentence and everything else. So she's going to turn,
state's evidence
on the damn Kingpin. And Urich has succeeded to have a damn interview with her set up. So he's got to go see her in the damn prison. And Kingpin's like, "Commissioner, you'll see that Officer Coogan is on duty at the time of the interview. That is all." And he's like, "Well, what about the pictures?" He says, "Embarrassing, aren't they? Such an ordinary cocktail waitress. Your wife would be insulted. Don't worry, my friend. I'll keep them safe. Quite safe." So he's got compromising pictures of the commissioner with a cocktail waitress, and that's how he's just got dirt on everybody in politics.
This is like the sixth Godfather movie or something.
Yes, it's rough. And now we discover that, well, we found this out a couple issues before. Kingpin went so far as to hire Foggy for one of his law firms. And Foggy's actually talking with Gloriani. He's like, "Oh, it's a corporate job. The money's great, the position's great, everything's great, but I don't think some of this work is legitimate." So Foggy's actually having second thoughts about his high-paying corporate lawyer job because some of it is illegal.
I would say almost all of it.
All of it is probably illegal. You're damn right it is. He's funneling money. Do you remember, I think it may have been one we read when it was a Punisher issue and the Kingpin was in it and the power went out. They couldn't use the computers to calculate the money. So they brought in a bunch of Chinese guys from like little Chinatown, and they all had abacuses in there counting the drugs. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, damn it. That's some serious drug money. So now we flash back to our main hero here, Matt and Karen, who is, after I guess a week or so, has finally passed through the worst of it. And she's better, of course, but she's sleeping with Daredevil's suit. It's giving her comfort. And he's shaving because he's actually returned to work. He's found a job. Now, it's a little bit below him, but, it's what you got to do at the time. He's actually flipping burgers. We'll see that later. But now we get to check in on Urich and them as they go to see Lois. And this is so cool. They show up at the jail. It's terrible. They get sent to the solitary waiting room or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the police officer turns around and he goes to lock the door. and the Swede, I can't remember his name now, that the first police officer that was protecting Uric says, "Hey, you don't have to lock the door. There's plenty of us in here."
No, the first police officer that was protecting Uric got unalived.
Oh, so yeah, that's right.
This is the replacement.
This is the replacement Swede. Yeah, he's just got blonde hair too. Okay. He said, and here comes Coogan. He turns around and you see he's actually, they rack their guns and they kill Lois right in front of Uric, and Gloria's there who takes pictures of it. And of course, now the police officers turn on each other. And, as they do, shots go, and Uric has to get involved. And he's an old guy. I mean, I'm
like us.
Yeah, he's in his 50s or something, at least. He managed to knock this police officer down and picks up the damn 38 that hits the ground next to him and uses the butt end to beat the hell out of this guy. He just loses it.
Pistol whips the living hell out of him.
Yes, he may have killed him. It's rough. And he's just there. And, of course, Gloria takes pictures of the whole freaking thing. They straight up shoot Lois in the head. She's dead. And
every time we mention this nurse, all I can think of is Bricker from Porky's.
Bricker from Porky's, damn it. So this is the part that I read, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is so contemporary." Graphic? I guess, huh?
This is a scene right out of 2024.
This is freaking wild. Yeah, the first super soldier faced simpler times than ours. This is Nuke and the Kingpin. The Kingpin's giving him his spill to get him on his side. Mm-hmm. He faced simpler times than ours, my friend. Simpler wars. So much. We who love America are surrounded by lying assassins and soft-hearted fools. We patriots. They laugh at us, my son. I'm sorry if you remind me of my own son, a fine boy. He is a veteran. He doesn't have any kids. Not that I can remember. Not here yet. He has one later.
The Rose.
Yeah, well.
Is he born yet, though?
That's what I'm saying. Is it I don't know if his kid's born yet. It's sure his kid's sure ain't a veteran, whatever it is.
No, that's all made up.
Yeah, he's just straight up lying. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. There are many who oppose me. I am under constant scrutiny by the police. I am of the strictest definition of the law a criminal. I know this startles you, but as I said, times have changed. America's enemies have grown so strong that our boys die in Asian jungles and our people will not honor them. He's even got the flag there. He's doing the whole flag, pulling on the flag thing. And, of course, mentioning our boys sends Nuke off. He's starting to go down the rabbit hole again. It tortures me that the noble concept of free enterprise, the crowning triumph of our forefathers, has been murdered by endless corrosive legislation. They to simply show some shadow of a dream that alive I must break the law. Excuse me. Dude, he pauses to fake cry. The Kingpin pauses to fake cry. Excuse me, I must.
If this was a scene on TV right now, I would be changing the channel because I think it was a Biden speech.
Oh my God. Oh, it's so bad. We're not alone. There are others who believe, though, but barely enough of us. And he goes on to tell him, he says, but there's a man who threatens us all. I'm not a villain, son. I'm a corporation. It's a conglomerate that is America that has its allies. The press. Where is he? And he's like Hell's Kitchen. So the Kingpin just sends him. Go to Hell's Kitchen. Cause enough ruckus to bring the guy out.
Yeah, you can already almost see in that last panel the steam coming out of his ears.
Yes.
That eye.
Yeah, these 2 pages were just, I was, holy crap. And
That
now
was
we
his-
see
That was his
his Oscar
Johnny
moment.
moment.
Yeah. And now we discover that Matt Murdock has done 2 things that are terrible that have ruined Ben Urich's life. Well, besides damn near getting killed. Damn near getting killed. And now he's ruined his favorite hamburger joint because he comes here because the food's terrible and nobody's ever here. But Matt can make one mean ass hamburger. Why? Because he has super senses. I know exactly when this burger's perfectly cooked. And he's cooking here. And the place is packed. He's like, yeah, I used to come here. It's a terrible neighborhood. He says,
He missed his calling.
Yeah. Yeah. This
You're
is
being a lawyer and a superhero. You should have been the burger chef.
Yes, he's like, this is the best burger I've ever had. He's like, the place is packed. He's like, it's usually never this busy. And of course,
It usually looks like Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, with like 2 people there.
And now it looks like the sign outside reads free burgers because
Damn
it's
it.
packed like that.
But it's cool as Matt sees him. Of course, he knows him, and he's like, hey, I got to get the hell out of here. Uric cannot see me because if he does, he's going to spill the beans.
Yeah, but
So-
did Matt really see him?
He knew he was there.
He
Matt
could
knew
smell
he
that
was there.
terrible. He could smell that terrible Kmart
Uh-huh.
aftershave that Uric wears.
Back in the day. And of course, as he heads out to leave, Nuke shows up and decides to start the crap.
The worst neighborhood in Brooklyn, and an Apache helicopter drops down with a psychopath in it.
Yes, with a freaking machine gun, grenade launcher, and a rocket launcher. He's got everything he damn needs to just destroy the
Flamethrower.
neighborhood. Huh?
Yeah, flamethrower too.
Yeah, and he's a damn super soldier. He just starts killing people. And of course, Uric, being the reporter he is, get your camera, Gloria.
And all the Hell's Kitchen landlords are like, "Oh, we can rent all these units out again."
Yeah, these people are dead. We may have to remodel some of them, but it won't be much. They damn near kill Karen here, though. Nuke just like shoots a rocket randomly, and it goes off near the apartment, blows the water tower up. Matt does get to her. She's not really hurt from what we can tell. She was asleep, but she does tell him, look, I've kept your costume. It's safe. And he kisses her and, puts on the costume, and I guess she passes out.
And then Matt thinks, what a terrible idea this is. She's been vomiting for 72 hours straight, and I just kissed her with my super senses.
Yeah, that's why I'm going down in here and fight this guy to try and get the damn smell out of my brain.
Blow something else up. I need to inhale some fumes.
The thing that's cool is, Nuke just goes off the deep end, and he's just blowing everybody up. And when Matt finally gets down there to him, he hits him with the billy club, and dude, that's a freaking super famous picture.
This is just an epic page.
Yeah, freaking epic. And then this cover. Good God, this cover is so good. This is the last issue, 233. So Daredevil finally shows up to fight Nuke, and it keeps going. And I didn't realize this issue is actually dedicated to Jack.
Nice.
The
king.
Yep. I wish they did this more. I freaking love this. I have no idea why
that is
shadow jump shit from the 80s is one of my favorite things in comics. And they
from
don't
the 70s. That's Bronze Age. That's Neil Adams' Bronze Age stuff. He did that so much right after Ra's al Ghul found out that he was Batman.
Yeah.
When I was 5, I thought that Batman had this magic thing in the bat symbol on his chest that would let him shoot forward. I had no idea what I was talking about. I was 5. So it was like 49 years ago. But,
yeah.
you know, but I still remember like the shadow movements to show action through the panels. And then he got pretty known for it too. The shadow jumping like this.
Yeah.
Where they would be like complete shadows bouncing through all the panels on a page until they hit with whatever finishing move they had, whether it was like, you know, a double foot or like a, you know, a lunging punch.
Whatever.
That would be like the solidification of the character, and the rest was just to show you what was going on. And it was done in Amazing Spider-Man quite a bit because of all his, you know, aerial tactics.
And that's where I first, I guess that's probably where I first saw it, was in ASM. And I just have always loved it. And whenever it shows up in a book, I'm just like, that is so cool. Why the shadow jumping and all that is to me, I have no idea. It's because we're old. But you get to see every move DD makes here as he rolls across this damn rooftop, jumps behind I guess it's a chimney, to get the hell out of the way of this helicopter that's shooting at him. And, you know, there's Nuke, you know, he says, we're pulling out, our target's vanished, and Nuke's just off the wall. I'm not going to let you down. I'll find him. No, Nuke, the mission's aborted. I won't let you down. We won't let our boys down. He just jumps the hell out of the helicopter.
Yep. He's shooting at Matt, hanging onto a hand grip at you know a footstep outside of the Apache, and holding on to the landing rails and just.
That's what happens when you're a super soldier. You can do that kind of crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this is a thing here where I was like, man, this is kind of crazy. Kingpin is actually watching it, and you know, Wesley comes to him. He's like, hey, it's really getting out of hand. He says, do you feel it here? Even 20 blocks away, the damn earth is rumbling from the explosions.
Yeah, they could feel the tremors from the explosions. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, you know, DD can pretty much dodge most of the bullets here and get the hell out of the way. But hand to hand, he is nowhere strong enough to fight Nuke. And, you know, even the damn Apache kind of gets into it and tries to, you know, kill him. And
strafing runs,
the hell out of the way. Yeah, strafing runs, all this. And he, you know, of course, DD does all of his normal martial arts stuff. He does nerve punches to the damn chest and nothing. He talks about there's plastic in his skin, so he can't puncture it. He tries to gouge his eyes out, and he can't.
Yeah, I'm like, Daredevil pulls a Ric Flair. Woo! And pokes the eyes. I'm not sure whether it's supposed to be a Ric Flair move or a Three Stooges move. Either way, it didn't work.
No, he gets damn Nuke clobbers his ass with that gun. He almost breaks his fingers hitting him in the damn elbow. Kingpin's like just watching it as the city's burning, and he's like, "If this gets out, boss, we're gone." And the Kingpin is such a slime ball. He's like, "Oh, you forget that Nuke is a government agent. Do you think that our government, our government will let this be public knowledge? They'll clean it up. Don't worry about it." It's like, oh my God. Yeah. He even tries breaking his damn arm and can't.
Yeah.
He finally does manage to kind of get him a little bit when Nuke knocks the hell out of him. Daredevil just says, screw it, and kicks him off the building onto the telephone wires below, or the electric wires below.
Yeah.
And it
onto high tension lines.
Yeah.
And Matt's thinking, this is worse than fighting Frank Castle on Roid Rage.
Damn it. Oh, and he just, dude, that's a good scene too.
Yeah.
The thing, you can see the perspective as he's falling, and then what everybody's doing around him.
Tonight
a lot
at
of
Nagatomi
times
Plaza.
It's what, huh?
Tonight at Nagatomi Plaza.
Exactly. He's falling. You can see the damn car on fire. The police officers trying to get units there. Damn, Glory just snapping pictures, and Yurik's trying to get her the hell out of the way. When he hits the damn,
there's like a 280-pound massive muscle and mental illness
massive muscle
with a BFG. Video game players will know what that is. Falling, about to crash through this cruiser, but then he's going to get up and walk away afterwards because he doesn't know he's dead yet.
No. What's cool? Yeah, he hits it. When he hits the damn cruiser, he just shoots the damn grenade right at Matt, and he manages to jump the hell out of the way.
But still takes the brunt of the blast in the back, though. So
yeah, but he does manage to actually land on freaking come back down with all of his weight on Nuke, punches his ass through the car, manages to grab the gun, and breaks the damn stock over Nuke's head. And of course, the damn Apache's still shooting at him, and he starts shooting at Yurik and Glory, and he actually hits Gloria. And when he does, Daredevil opens fire and kills this guy.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot say he lived. This is not, he blows the helicopter up. He blows the helicopter. He even asks for forgiveness. Forgive me. He blows it up. This has always been one of my favorite pages in this book, when Cap shows up.
Cap shows up. Thor's atop the building, calling in the weather, and my favorite version of Iron Man armor, the Silver Centurion, just hanging out in the wreckage.
Yeah. Well, the thing.
Tony, do something. Tony's just thinking, oh, is that bar really closed?
Is that bar really closed? Damn it. The thing that gets me is the narration out of it, because it's all still Yurik. He's like, out of nowhere they appear. And Cap's like, put those fires out. We don't want that gas main going up. And he's like a soldier with a voice that could command a god, and does. And, just freaking, you can't even see it all, but it's classic Thor. And it starts raining so hard it hurts. And, of course, Daredevil is damn near finally beating the hell out of Nuke, who's going, give me a white, give me a white. He's trying to calm down, and Tony's, that man's ours, on federal authority, stand back. Mm-hmm. And he's going to freaking shoot Daredevil. You've got 5 seconds. And he just backs away. And of course, Nuke's just, give me a white, give me a white. And Cap knows this is not right. Now, from here, we kind of get the aftermath of the story as it's trailing down. Kingpin is meeting with the rest of his partners, and they're, screaming and hollering about how this shouldn't have happened. He's overreached. He's losing it. They've lost, he destroyed a damn neighborhood. We've lost the drug trade. This does show Kingpin's a little, he's got bigger things on his mind, not to mention the real estate damage. And old dude just goes off, he's just ranting and raving, crazy, Kingpin, you've been crazy ever since you lost your wife. And then he realizes,
ooh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, yes, Mr. Glazer, I understand. And then you see the other people as he crushes his head. He kills him straight up. We all understand each other, don't we, gentlemen? Yeah, he just killed this.
This page resembles a scene from Star Wars: A New Hope from '77. This short little guy known as Lord Vader
Yes.
Silencing people that didn't believe in his old-timey religion.
Yeah. Yes, we all understand each other. I thought for a minute as I reread it again today that they were going to say in here, and I couldn't remember why. We know Maggie's his mom,
Yeah.
but
Well,
we don't know
because
why she left his dad.
we don't know why she left. We're probably never going to know. Please, Marvel, never tell us why she left.
No.
It's that way.
No, the only thing that Matt's dad told him is that his mom died in childbirth.
Yeah.
And we discover that here. And she's even looking after him. Hey, you need to get some more sleep. He's like, I'm all right. I got enough sleep. He's there. Of course, he's going around trying to sneak around Foggy and Gloria, who haven't noticed him as he's hunting down Karen. Of course, Karen, now that she's off the drugs, she's been injured. She's had a shower. I guess she's ate some food because she's obviously put on some weight and doesn't look like a damn meth head anymore.
Has brushed her teeth.
Yeah, she's washed her teeth, the whole, brushed them the whole 9 yards. He gives her a big slopping kiss. And then as Foggy leaves, Matt just runs out the damn church, knocks him down. Of course, Foggy can't see who the hell it is. And he's like, yes, no man ever breathed like that. Down the back alley. There's a scent. He's moving through it. You'd never know it from his heartbeat. It's so steady. There, he ran past me, rattled a garbage can. A little sloppy, but fast. Faster than me. He says, it's no good. No good. He's got all worked out right around the corner. He's leaping so easily, the windowsill still creaks with his weight. 300 pounds at least. His muscles lie about it. They're like hydraulic pumps swinging him up. So Matt Murdock is running from somebody, gets to the rooftop, and it's Captain America. Dude, they do not use Cap to his fullest potential.
No.
Some of the old stuff with Cap is so badass. And the Burn Run is so badass.
Mm.
And the Winter Soldier stuff is so good. I absolutely love Cap. Cap to me is one of the characters in the comic book universe that has no question that he is always doing the right thing.
Yeah.
If by chance he thinks he's doing the wrong thing, he will correct it. He's like Superman. No, I am always doing the right thing. And they just don't use it. And he does, Cap doesn't, he knows this is Daredevil. He's been following him. He says it here. But he's like, I'm not really interested in it. I want to know who the man you were fighting were. And he's like, why? He says he was wearing a flag. And of course, Matt looks at him and Cap doesn't know he's blind. He says, I didn't even notice he was wearing a flag. And it's like, it doesn't mean anything to some people. It's just a piece of cloth. But it means something to me. And of course, Gloria's pictures are so damn good because she wouldn't go away. She just kept taking them. She even got close-up shots of Nuke that J. Jonah springs for 2 colors on the front page and is pleased with himself. And of course, Urich writes the story. Now, the general is trying to contain it best he can, telling the Kingpin as such, when Cap just barges in there with the damn newspaper. Who is this? And the general's like, hey, I wish I could tell you, but that's below your pay grade, Cap. We really appreciate all the work you've done for us, but that's below your pay grade. And now we get to see some of the wreckage in Hell's Kitchen. They destroyed the damn diner, so now Matt doesn't have a job again. They can't rebuild. The damn insurance companies have refused the claim. So they don't even know, the owners of the bar diner, not bar, don't even know what they're going to do. And, you know, Karen and Matt are just leaving. He says, I don't know. While Cap decides he's going to take it upon himself to find out who the hell this guy is. So
Yep.
he goes down to the bottom floor. He's like, hey, go down to, level 6, the subfall. You can't go there. He just pumps, bitch slaps this damn corporal unconscious and goes down to find out what the hell's on. When he gets down there, this is cool too. Cap actually breaks into the computers and he says he tries not to resent the computers as an old man would. He punches the keys and breaks the code. So he's good with computers. He knows how to use them. He just doesn't like to. It was so much easier back in the old days. And he finally breaks through, and we discover that Nuke is the only one out of 20 super soldier experiments to live. And
since Steve,
since Steve. And the other thing that's cool is he wishes that what's the professor's name that actually created the super soldier serum? I'm forgetting his name now. The one that was killed right after he made Cap.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but he says only if it had gone differently. He says if the serum and the mind that had held it had not been destroyed, he could have won the war with clean hands, not with millions of innocents burned by atomic fire. Erskine, I think it is, something like that. Which is kind of cool. So I mean, he's still got reservations about the war, even though his ass was asleep for the last little bit of it. Of course, Nuke, after he sees the newspaper, goes off the deep end because the Kingpin just told him, 15 pages ago that the press was out to get him and they were the enemy. And Nuke just loses it, breaks free, and he's going to head out. Takes a whole damn jar of Reds and escapes. And of course, when he escapes, Daredevil is actually planning on some revenge, try and get some money back or something to save the people, while the Kingpin is receiving, Businessman of the Year awards. He's kind of like Al Pacino in The Godfather 2. He wants to move from the criminal empire to a legitimate business where we can make all the money we want.
So according to MCU Wiki Fandom, the doctor who created the super soldier serum was Abraham Erskine.
Okay, I was close. Yeah.
And later on, Dr. Wilfred Nagel was a scientist who recreated the super soldier serum after being recruited by both Hydra and the CIA.
Oh my God! Really?
And was confronted by Sam Wilson and the Winter Soldier while continuing his work before being shot and killed by Baron Zemo to prevent more of the serum from being created.
So that was in Captain America Volume 5.
Yeah.
That was a good run.
It was going to drive me nuts if I didn't look it up right there on the spot.
Damn it. So as the Kingpin's shaking hands and hobnobbing with the rich and wealthy, and they're all patting him on the back. Oh, notice did you see how he got his reward, or you'd remember? Somebody else was going to get the award, but he managed to break an arm of another executive, or he breaks somebody's arm. The arm of having the arm broken of the daughter of an oil executive by procuring a 16mm film of acts beyond description for an automobile distributor.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's not good. He's like, never mind, I'm not going to be Businessman of the Year. And Nuke is heading out to try and get to the damn media because they're the enemy of the state. When Cap finally encounters him in the hallway and literally punches him through the damn building, and they fall down below, crashing through a rooftop. Of course, now Daredevil is actually at one of the Kingpin's headquarters where he's confiscated like 20 grand to help rebuild the diner. Mm-hmm. And the army calls the compound and tells them, hey, look, Nuke is out. He's headed toward the damn Daily Bugle. You know, we've got to get him, you know, get in position to wait for the kill order. So DD heads that way while Captain America is actually trying to save Nuke. Nuke's taking a lot of damage, and he gets up. He's going to try and save his ass. Heads out while the military is just going to kill him.
Yep.
At this point, he's collateral damage. And when he, you know, they open fire on him, but as they do, DD finally gets there and knocks both Cap and Nuke out of the way. And of course, he does drag, drags Nuke out of the way, but he gets shot still. And, you know, the men try and, you know, the soldiers try and stop Cap, and he just, you know, I can't let you do that. Yeah. While DD finally puts Nuke's ass in a, you know, in a taxi. He steals a taxi and takes off driving, and his ass can't see.
Honk, honk, blind man driving, move.
Exactly. He's slamming into everything. You know, they're like, maniac, you know, and his heartbeat doesn't look good. Mission status. You're going home, Sergeant. As long as there's a chance to get him to a hospital. Promise you'd never do that. And then DD realizes, oh, he just died. Well, there's only one place left to take him, and he can still serve some purpose. So he turns around and he starts heading toward the Daily Bugle. And, of course, Cap's following him, which is cool. While the military is actually contacting the Kingpin. You have to stop him. Nuke is actually heading toward, they think he's still alive, and he's heading toward the Daily Bugle to go kill everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not. He's dead.
Yeah.
DD delivers the dead body to Ben Urich's desk.
Now, a few pages back, when you were reading the narration boxes about how Kingpin got his award, you're reading that, and I'm like thinking to myself, where the hell is Nicolas Cage? This is some 8mm bullshit.
It's bad, yeah.
Like, we just had your daughter in a snuff film, so I broke her arm, and now you're going to give me the award so I can get contracts.
Yes.
What the hell?
That's what I'm saying. There's no way Disney can put all of this in the show. One, there's too much here, and two, a lot of it's really rough.
And three, Frank Miller's got issues.
Yes.
Of comics and others.
And others, yeah. At this point, yes. Now we get our final epilogue here. Over the next few weeks, things go poorly for the Kingpin as people start turning on him left and right. And he's killing people as fast as he can, but more people are coming out of the woodworks to try and save themselves. Few of the charges will stick. Those that do, are successfully cast into years of litigation. Still in the eyes of everyone except yet the law, he is a villain. He is shunned, even condemned by the businessmen who so recently cheered him. The law, at least I took from him, Murdoch, he thinks, and plans. So he's still thinking about killing DD, who, as far as we know, on the last page, has made up with Karen Page, and they are going to live their life as good as they can. I guess he's going to make hamburgers, but they're happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. The whole Born Again storyline.
Yep. And it was all her fault.
It is. And he takes her back. It's like, baby, I haven't lost anything now that I've got you. No, dude, you lost your house, your law license. He blew it up. Granted, Foggy knows you're innocent, and Uric has actually got enough evidence. He's enough evidence have come up that you can get reinstated and everything else.
Yeah.
But you've
Foggy
lost a lot.
and Glory all know the truth,
Yes.
and the Avengers. Well,
Yeah. And the Avengers, exactly. It's a great freaking story.
Mm-hmm.
It had been a long time since I read it.
Yeah.
Yes. Quintessential. It almost makes me, like I said, I probably will, not next, but I will say we need to read Batman Born Again. But not Born Again, but Year One.
Yeah.
Just freaking amazing book.
So something came up from 14 years ago in my Facebook memories today. 14 years ago, I was at the original Boston Comic-Con, not Boston Fan Expo. I was at Boston Comic-Con. There was a comic art dealer that was friends with a couple guys that worked at the last club I worked at before I took ill.
Yeah.
And he used to come in and they were like, talk to the DJ. He's a wicked nerd. So he talked to me, and then I found out he was an original comic art dealer. This guy used to bring stuff, like he'd have stuff in his car and be like, do you have a minute? I know you really like Jim Aparo. I just want to show you something I just acquired today. And he comes into like the front lobby. I run out there really quick to look, and it's the original cover from Adventure Comics with Phantom Stranger and the Spectre on the cover.
Oh, sweet.
It's got like all the tape ups that they would put on it prior to the printing process. So that year, 14 years ago, when I was at Boston Comic-Con, he got me in for free as one of his helpers. And I got to hold the original oversized 2 panels, like full-size Boom, from the King Jack Kirby that he did up for Kenner for the Superpowers toy collection spiel.
That's a good comic too. The Jack
like,
Kirby Superpowers comic is great.
Yeah. This guy only deals in like golden and early Silver Age books and original art.
Sweet.
So 14 years ago, I got to hold actual original art from Jack Kirby.
Yeah. I'll never see any. Sadly.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me take it. He wouldn't let me get my picture taken with it, but you know, still.
So, I picked out a shorter book for next week.
Yes, because I picked out a hardcover with 8 issues in it. So we want to first of all, we want to thank everybody that's been tuning in for the last 4 episodes that it's taken us to get through 8 comics on the show, and all the people that are now tuning in on X. We're getting like 20 or 30 people while we're live, and that number like doubles and triples like by the end of the week just on X. So thank you.
Yeah, and we take the time we do to read these because 1, we like them, and 2, if you're really into comics, some of these deserve it.
Yeah,
I mean, we've read
bring them back into life and let people know that they could actually go into a comic shop during a sale and spend a third of what they do on their weekly pull list for an entire long box of back issues.
Yes. I hit dollar boxes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me close this out. Let me find it. That way you can see what we're talking about here. So you remember back in the day, a long time ago, back when the Earth was young,
Back in my day.
You remember Marvel Knights?
Oh yeah, that was like 90s, right?
90s, and then it was relaunched in like the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see how good you are.
I think I've already passed my best used by date. So
Is that what it is? All right, there you go. Tell me if you've read this one.
Either that or it's the corned beef and cabbage I had for dinner today. Yes.
Have you read it?
I went back and bought all these issues.
So this is
I specifically bought this because it was a crossover with Wolverine.
Yes.
Before Wolverine was overused worse than Venom, if that's even possible.
This people is Marvel Knights. As you see on the cover, it says violent content. Yes, this book is definitely not safe for work. This is extremely violent. This is by, everyone's favorite. I think he's Scottish. Don't kill me if he's not. Garth Ennis, Crazy Scotsman or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Derek Robinson. It's 2 issues, 16 and 17. And they are some of the funniest, most brutal crap you will ever read.
It is just, yeah. Because isn't the second issue is like Wolverine on the cover and his eyes are like glowing mad red or something?
It's something like that. Yes, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to make you read it again because you probably forgot it, but I've never forgot it because it's always been one of my favorite. And I'm like, you know what? We need to read something that's completely just off the cuff. So, I Punisher 16 and 17 from the 2000 run.
Now I'm looking. Marvel Knights Punisher by Garth Ennis, the complete collection, volume 1 in paperback.
Yeah.
It doesn't include these issues. It's only like
It's 1 through 12.
No, this one's only like 1 through 5, and Punisher kills the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
And it's on Amazon for where's the price, damn it?
See, this is one of the problems with the Punisher. This is like, so you've got Punisher Volume 1. So Punisher Volume 1 was the original, which ran for like 150 issues, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Punisher Volume 2, which that's like the one where I think that's the Bernie Wrightston series, where he's like an angel or some crap.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got 3, which is really like poo. And then 4 is only 12 issues long. That's the first like Garth Ennis run, if I'm remembering right. That's the Welcome Back Frank.
Yeah.
Where he brings him back. And then this is like Punisher Volume 5.
Yeah. So like Marvel Knights Volume 1, it's like $32 on Amazon, but
yeah,
it's on sale at Walmart for $26.20. And the front cover is like the skull with the bullseye in the eye,
yeah,
off to his shoulder, and he's just like in a Punisher t-shirt, all jacked, with like this massive like long rifle night scope. And it lists the credits on the front cover. It lists Garth Ennis, Steve Dillon, Jimmy Palmiotti, and Chris Sotomayor.
Yeah. This one is, like I said, this one.
But this is the one on Amazon is just like a few issues.
Yeah.
the page count on this paperback that you can buy for basically $27 plus shipping from Walmart is 456 pages. So I think it's that whole Marvel Knights run.
It may be then, because it's only like 30-something pages, 30 issues.
Yeah, it says collecting Punisher 2000 1 through 12, Punisher 2001 1 through 5, and Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe are all in this book.
Yeah. So yeah, Stan Lee presents Vertical Challenge, Garth Ennis story, Derek Robinson art.
And if it was a hardcover, I would be clicking order now, but it's not.
Damn it. Well, that's all you're going to see. I'm going to send it to you so you can read it.
Yes, because I still have the second issue. So I think it's like 17 because it just got Logan, bare chested on the front with his two hands like shooting down. Because that issue like sold massively because you have Wolverine. Like you can see Wolverine here, but it's not as prominent. People might walk by and not notice it. But you see like the Punisher logo.
Yeah.
But when the entire front cover is like a completely badass, raging berserker Wolverine on the front cover with his arms crossed and his
everybody
claws
wants
out,
to read it. Yeah.
Blood dripping, eyes glowing red. Yeah. So I think the shop that I used to work at sold like 130 copies of it the day it
Good
came out.
God.
And couldn't get a reorder because it was sold out everywhere.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll send it over to you, and then that's what we'll be doing next week.
Awesome. Violent content.
Very violent content.
No artists were harmed in the making of this book next week. But heads rolled in the editor's office.
Probably. What the hell? How do you think we can get past this? That's like oh my God, the first time I encountered Garth Ennis, you remember the old Hitman series from the 90s?
Yep.
That I read almost all of them and had them, and I didn't realize they were going to be like stupid expensive now. I got rid of them years ago. But I remember one issue I read, I can't remember, it's where they hire the hitman to go kill the Joker. So he goes.
Oh yeah.
He's trying to kill everybody, and he's narrating. He's like, people always ask you, do you feel bad when you kill when you kill a bad guy, or when you feel bad when you kill somebody like that? Because the hitman only kills criminals. And he says something in the narration like, he says, I always ask him, do you feel bad when you flush the toilet? And I'm like, oh my God, this is great. This is one of the greatest writers of all time. This is why I still buy Garth Ennis stuff now. His new Battle Action series from Titan is pretty good if you like war comics. Oh, and he does have coming out, I got the first issue on the way now. It's Punisher and Nick Fury Get Fury coming from Marvel. 5 issues. Number 1 should be dropping. Huh?
I hope it's not disappointing.
Oh, I haven't really read much by him that has been disappointing. But yes. That's why he does very little.
I read lots of Marvel stuff in the last 20 years that has been highly disappointing. So
damn it. But all right. Well then I guess till next week.
Till next week. Thanks for joining us on this long extended 4-episode clip of Born Again. If you haven't heard the whole thing, you can go back and you can listen to it on audio podcast, anywhere you get a podcast. You can find it in the feed, in the videos on X, on YouTube, on Rumble, and on Odyssey. All under Creators Outlet.
Yep. Oh, excuse me.
Till next week.
Read the comic.
and STFU.